Greetings folks, and welcome to episode 1 of 16-bit Showdown. Now this is a bit different for me because unlike usual I'm not going to be comparing different levels of hardware as it were, so it's not going to be like Master System and Mega Drive or NES and SNES. Instead I'm going to be looking at games that came out on both of the major 16-bit platforms for console gamers in the 90s, the Mega Drive or Genesis for our American friends, and of course the Super Nintendo. Now the game I've chosen first is actually one that I personally have copies for on both platforms, and that's Midway's Mortal Kombat. Now Mortal Kombat was a massive hit in the arcades in the early 1990s with its digitised graphics and outrageous violence and gore. When it came to the home platforms, obviously compromises had to be made, as we will see. As for which was the best of the versions released on the infamous Mortal Monday, the simultaneous worldwide release day, that remains to be seen. But here we go. This is a 16-bit showdown between Mortal Kombat for the Mega Drive and Mortal Kombat for the Super Nintendo. So, first up here we have the Sega Mega Drive version. As you can see, it was released by Acclaim and it was done by under their Arena label, and it was programmed by Probe, who were past masters at doing conversions for various home systems going back all the way into the Spectrum days. Now you get this little code screen here where you can enter the infamous blood code if you knew it. For the purposes of capturing this footage, I haven't, simply because I couldn't remember it at the time. But here we go, it's Mortal Kombat. It looks pretty good. You know, you got this little animated screen here, and here we have the fighter select. Now immediately you can see the animation's a little bit choppy, few frames missing, but you know, it's not bad. Obviously I'm going straight into the game here as Liu Kang. You get the battle plan that scrolls down, but we can skip that. And here you can see we are on the first stage, the Shaolin Temple. Now obviously, you know, you can see that the graphics are cut down from the arcade machine. That's really obvious. The Mega Drive had a lower colour palette, a different resolutions, much less powerful hardware, but overall it does a pretty good job and it plays really well, really smoothly. Now let's compare that to the Super Nintendo version, shall we? Speaking of which, here we go, the Super Nintendo version. Again, Acclaim Entertainment, although this, as you can see there, was actually coded by Sculptured Software, not Probe. Different production house. They obviously will have gone about this in a slightly different way themselves. Now, one thing you will notice immediately on the Super Nintendo version, the presentation is much more like the arcade machine with the title screen. You get more animation on larger sprites here with more colours. That is apparent right from the off here. And obviously once you get into the game, then it's pretty much the same. You've got more colours, you've got larger graphics, but there are little things. For example, you can see here there's only 2 layers of monks here compared to 3 on the Mega Drive version. The sprites are significantly bigger. Now, I've played both these versions. I have to say I prefer the way the Mega Drive version plays. It just feels that little bit better. Now, the other big difference, and you can't hear this unfortunately because I'm tired of getting people blanking the audio out on these videos because it's copyrighted audio. The Super Nintendo version has a lot more in the way of speech samples from the arcade machine compared to the Mega Drive version. But, you know, having said that, let's have a look at the pair of them running side by side, shall we? And here we have them side by side. As you can see, the differences between them are much more apparent when you do this, and it does very much come down to personal preference. Now, I really do love the Mega Drive version, even though I think the Super Nintendo version does look better. It's a bit more arcade accurate, but it's about how it plays, and I just feel that the Mega Drive version plays better. Now, this is over to you guys. What do you guys think? Do you think the Mega Drive version plays better, or do you prefer the Super Nintendo edition? Let me know in the comments down below. Having said that, this is a new experience for me. Please do remember as well, if there are any particular games you're interested in, let me know. Name them. We all want to play the best games. I want to compare the different games, and one of the big comparison points for me would probably be comparing other cross-platform 16-bit titles such as Street Fighter 2, etc. Really, what do you think? As I said, I'm rambling a bit here because I'm really not sure what to say, apart from, do the usual stuff like subscribe, ring the bell, and like I said, let me know what you thought of this video and let me know what you think going forward. This is Rob, you've been watching 81632-bit, thanks for watching.